My name is Jon Casey, and I am an artist. I always knew that I wanted to go into art because I really enjoyed drawing, and all through elementary school and high school and college, drawing through my classes, and began to study painting and the history of art, which just increased my passion for it even more. So I've pretty much always been following a path where I wanted to be an artist.
All right, so do you guys like to draw cartoons? So when I was in school like you guys, that's all I did in class was draw cartoons. And I would get in trouble all the time, but that's what I wanted to do, and draw different things. And when I decided to study art, you draw lots of things other than just cartoons. You learn to draw, like, that's me. You learn to draw like faces realistically and do studies. You can see lots and lots of my drawings of the caricatures that I kept on doing here. These were all done with marker on paper, and then I started drawing them on this cool tablet, which you'll see in a second. So I'll show you guys some of my paintings really quick too. Do you guys ever see the show Full House? Do you remember the buildings and the opening scene? Those are those buildings. They're near where I lived in San Francisco. And here's a painting I did. There was a big earthquake in California in 1906, and I was living there in 2006 and made a painting about the 100 years since the big earthquake. That was a painting that I did of a library, like you guys have here at school, but in the woods. So I thought that would be a nice place to go and read books. I get really different feelings from the types of work that I do. Painting is a very solitary activity. It requires a lot of thought, a lot of planning. There's a lot of second guessing yourself, a lot of doubt, a lot of very personal journey that's involved in making paintings. On the other hand, caricatures done live at parties and events can be a really exciting thing. The entertainment value for the people that are there can sometimes be the most exciting thing that they have had happen to them, and for the whole event that you're there for. Even if it's a wedding, some of the people there just really love that. They love to see themselves, to see their friends get drawn, and if the energy's good, it feels more like you're putting on a performance, and you get excited too, and the time passes really quickly. Sometimes the drawings are easier and faster just because the people are so excited to see what you're doing. And I really enjoy that aspect of my job. I think that I enjoy being around people, and that's a really fun way to share your talent with someone. But I thought since you guys saw a bunch of my caricatures and we were talking about that, I could give you a quick lesson on caricatures. When everyone has a paper and pencil, we're going to do this step by step together, okay? So I'm going to draw and then you guys can follow along with me. All we're looking at is shapes. We're not trying to draw perfect mouths, perfect nose, perfect chins. We're just looking at the shapes that we see. And then another line that I would see would be her hair. You guys are drawing really lightly, right now, because you can go back later and make it darker. Right now, you just want to make it really light. I like your lines there, very, very light lines. You got it. That's really good. That's a really good start. We want to do another drawing of Mr. Hardy. So if you guys finish up your drawing of Miss Pitts fast enough, we can get to that one too. That's really good. Oh, that definitely looks like him too. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, good job. That looks like him, yeah. Very good. For any kids, that might be going to school here, or kids that have a lot of passion and interest in art, I think that the most important thing is just persistence and the time that you spend doing it. It's just like if you wanted to play an instrument, you'd be practicing violin 3 or 4 or 5 hours a day. If you wanted to be in the orchestra, if you wanted to be an athlete, if you wanted to play baseball, you'd be out there practicing your pitches, practicing your hits every day, doing your exercises. And drawing and art is really the same thing. You can succeed at it, and it's not really that much different from learning to be a doctor or learning to be anything else. You need to know some basics, and you have to spend a lot of time just reinforcing those things, finding out how you can apply the skills to what it is that you do. And the only thing that's going to get you there is time. Whether you've got talent or not is not that important.